on here. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network, coming to you with backwards letters, because YouTube doesn't want to tell me how to change it. But at least this works. When we fight, we win. At least you can see that. Oh, the door's kind of in the way. Anywho, I'll wait till you show up. Howdy. We are here. We are joined together tonight to calm each other down. Yes, sirree. We're here to get everyone to have a level head. We'll do whatever we can. Do you feel level-headed? Put a Beltane candle over here. It's between April 30th and May 1st, May 2nd. It's Beltane. Okay, it's flower season. Flower season. You like the show? Good. I'm so glad. Shelly was great. We had to fight with a delay on the sound feed. It's always something. I feel like it's a big bonus when the technology all works. It is a bonus. So I mentioned earlier. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th video today. I feel like a TV star or something. Not really. I'm just kidding. But we're in the battle. We're in the battle to show the world that America will not go for fascism. Yeah, I'm a busy bee today, right? I haven't had any clients, so now I'm up in the amount of videos that I do. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the appreciation. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with me and Shelly this afternoon. That was funny. I mean, it was fun, we always laugh, right? So we're in this time in history when America gets to show. This is how I want you to think about it. We're in this time of history where America gets to shine. This is a little different perspective. We get to show the world that we're going to say F off to fascism. Right? Yeah, we may be a nation in distress. Our democracy is in distress. But we're going to say F off to fascism. I'm glad you guys like the show. Somebody put a nasty complaint and told me, you need to hire an IT person. To which I responded, do you want to pay for it? And then I deleted the whole thing. 80 degrees in Maine, Cheryl? Really? You must not be by the coast. Because it's always cooler by the coast. So what do you think? What do you think of that? We get to show the rest of the world F off fascism. I like it. Maybe we should just make bumper stickers. F off fascism. WTF. Because I think that, it's becoming clear to all of us, because we pay attention, and we're not in the fox fog. 80 degrees in Connecticut, wow. We're not in the fox fog. We get to tell everybody that we know. You're 1 mile from the beach and it was that warm today? It's cooler here. Tell everybody who doesn't already know. And I want to see bumper stickers and flags everywhere. F off fascism. F fascism. We don't have to, F-O-F. We don't have to write the swear word. So, judges are standing up. And I want to caution you against listening to people that are making you freaked out about what's going on. And a lot of them are well-meaning folks. But I'm going to say it again. I want to caution you against listening to people who are all terrified and are having YouTube channels and telling you everything that you have to know is coming, that's going to come for you. It's a fascist tactic to say, they're coming for you. Okay? I'm not saying they're fascists, the people that are saying that. People are clearly afraid with good reason. I just know that when you hear somebody say, that's it, we might as well just give up, or anything that alludes to that, it's highly, highly, highly irresponsible. I just noticed that my microphone is all the way over here. And nobody said they couldn't hear me. But I bet you can tell the difference. I totally forgot. Donald Trump used to be Benito Mussolini. Hey, Damon. Yeah, it's getting real out there, and even the real is getting realer, and we're optimistic. You could hear, can you hear more like this? Is it louder? Yeah, thank you. I'm giving you hope because I don't do that. I would not sit here and scare the crap out of everybody because there's no reason to be that way. Look at Zelensky. I'm sure he's scared a lot of the time. He's out there strutting his stuff. Yeah, my microphone was across the table here. Fine, we must find our inner Ukrainian. I actually, I'm just kind of tuning into Putin and the Kremlin, and I actually feel like he's kind of angry. Yikes. No, the results aren't in from Canada's election. It's only 7 o'clock. I would think that you wear your guillotine earrings everywhere? That sounds interesting. No, I would think that the polls have not even closed yet. Yes, good. Okay, so you feel like I'm giving you all the A+ tips to keep you in the good vibes. I'm going to tell you something that's helpful. I did this yesterday at Church of Spirituality. We have this little chant that I wrote, and it's about being in the present. And those of you that attend, you've heard it. I'm in the present, in the present. You know it. Mind and body, here and now. That. If you want to hear the rest of it, you have to look at Church of Spirituality. But yesterday I got the idea to really have everybody take that in, like to close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Let's do that. We won't back down, that's for sure. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and a longer breath out. And you can do this more slowly on your own. I'm just giving you the whole procedure. And then just bring all your attention to this moment that we're in. All right? It's that simple. Yeah. Yeah, my guides are so generous. They gave me these lovely chants that you can just sing all the time. And if you watch Church of Spirituality, they're simple. They're kind of at the beginning of the service after we pray for America. So check that out. Because we're going to be better. We're going to be better humans, no matter what. Irregardless, we're going to be better humans. We'll be better when we're calm. Yeah, Cheryl loves the chants, finds yourself singing them when you're feeling stressed, and it calms you. It calms me too. So thanks. And, those just popped into my head and kind of stuck, and they do work. Let's take a look at, I have people, testimonials from Church of Spirituality, endorsements. I mean, it's free. I just take donations. I have my B cards. My B cards, my B tarot, calm, cool, and collected. We are much more useful. The last song I sang at church is your favorite. Yeah, that song, I put music to an Ernest Holmes page out of The Science of Mind. Thank you to all of you who join me for Off the Ledge every day. and who leave kind comments. Thank you to all of you for just being so kind. I'm going to pull 3 cards about our judicial system. I mean, I was reminded today in that show with Shelley from Healing Truth Tarot. Go check out her channel. I was thinking about what I had said years ago about the reason that we have this orange buffoon that just doesn't ever go away. Doesn't seem to. No, he doesn't ever go away, does he? He will someday. And that the reason his soul is doing this is because we have to strengthen democracy. We have to strengthen democracy. And look at how much we're being pushed. We're having to, be roused to wake out of our slumber. It doesn't happen until we all get on board. So, I'm pulling 3 cards. Who in General Washington were good friends? What are you guys talking about? You know someone who's good friends with George Washington? Yes, Dumpy's been terrorizing us for years. But we don't really move until we're scared, right? It's just how we are. Okay. I'm asking about our judges. It's a lot of work. The world indicates it's not just the courts in this country that are looking at what's going on. I'm asking about our courts, our judicial system. How are they doing? How are they holding up? I keep getting the King of Wands and the King of Cups. I keep on getting these indicators of very strong men. I'm wondering if it's Ruti from NATO. Let me find my pendulum that's on this table because I was just using it. Mark Ruti. Is it him? It'll turn up. Here it is. I'm picking up on it like a strong male. Not just one. It does look like it's Mark Rutte from NATO. I keep on getting a big reveal from a strong world leader. You heard Dumpy say he rules the world? Yeah, I was picking up on that today, earlier. Yeah, I saw Shelley's bunny cards. Did she make those? They're cute. Yeah, Mark Rutte from hey John. John lit candles for people. Thank you for doing that. NATO. Now let's remember, Michael's going to bake his salmon pieces in the oven. I just had some fresh gray sole. It's really good. So the question is about our judges and how they're doing. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. And the King of Wands. Okay, so that's a communicator. I think it's Ruti. I think it's NATO. Now remember, Mark Rutte was in the White House last week. I know it's hard for us to keep track of anything. And let me tune into that meeting. Remember the head of NATO? He was in the White House last week having a meeting with Dumpy, and I did see a picture of them together. And the picture was, Mark Rutte was looking pretty, pretty sprite. And Dumpy was looking like this, with his fake smile and his thumbs up. He needs to get over the thumbs up thing. That's like so 1980s. Thanks, Kirsten. So our judges, it's not just in our country. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's going to be a court, a judge from another country, from Holland, that comes and saves America. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they have information. And when Ruti was in the White House with Dumpy, he was... Now, this has happened a couple times. I have felt people with big status, big important positions, sitting Dumpy down and saying, now look, now look, now look right here. Can't remember who the other one was, but it was like reading him the riot act. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing happening. The world, the Seven of Pentacles, it's a lot of work, but keep praying for justice to take hold. We're all going to save our democracy. Yes, keep visualizing for justice to take hold. And by the way, since I'm mentioning that, NATO and ICC will be more present. Yes, that's a good way to put what I'm picking up on. If you'd like to receive the declarations that we're saying every single day at 12 noon Eastern time, or right around then, adjust to your time zone. Send an email to AnnetteDion7@gmail.com, because we are doing that every day. We're visualizing and declaring what we want to see. So, just on our own. Dumpy's too cute for the mango Mussolini. What do you mean? You want me to call him the mango Mussolini? It's too long. I call him the orange buffoon. What? Mussolini died 80 years ago today? Really? Oh my goodness. Yeah, they did him in. The people did him in. And I'm not saying that will happen to Dumpy, but I know his soul fears that. That's my psychic knowing. Tea leaves tonight. Okay, let's pull 3 cards about this judge that the FBI, sorry. Let's read on, is her name Duggan in Milwaukee? We were talking about it a lot on Friday, because I think it was Friday when it happened. The punch to the gut. Oh my God, they went in and arrested a judge in her own courtroom. Yeah. I'm going to look at what's going on there. Okay, so hang on. Somebody's saying something that's interesting to me. El Salvador is part of the ICC, and they're looking into it at the moment. I just want to say about that, I've been picking up on that all along, that the world is going to get involved in El Salvador. And we missed a dad joke. Where do you learn to make ice cream? Sunday school! Here we go, we're on a roll now. Yeah, Donald Trump's soul came back fast. Yes, it was a quick incarnation. So the judge that got arrested, I keep doing the bunny ears because this is this whole administration, this whole mob administration is a farce. It's not a funny farce, it's a serious farce. So what's going to happen to her? Venezuela can ask for human rights violations from ICC for El Salvador. I got that all along. I've been getting that all along. Now I want an ice cream sundae, and so does Michael. The judge in Milwaukee. Prince of Swords. 10 of Wands. The fascists did this to that judge, is it Duggan, is that right? In Milwaukee, to make the courts and the judges feel burdened. That's why they did it. to make them feel like it was going to be really hard for them if they didn't allow people to be sent to concentration camps so readily. Now, first of all, I don't usually go on this particular social media kind of platform, but you guys probably get neighborhood something. Yeah, there's an app for your neighborhood news kind of. And I don't know, I had an email, so I just clicked on it and I just went to look and see. I guess I was wasting time or procrastinating. And somebody had posted something about how bad it is that these people are being deported to concentration camps. And they were talking about due process. And I never do this, but I put a comment because some idiots were making idiotic statements about, oh yeah, well, they deserve it. And I said, since when is America a country that sends people to concentration camps? And then I think I shut them up, actually. I had to return my pet snake since I only rented it for 3 months. For 3 months, it was a boa contractor. Thank you, Suzanne. Take lots of deep breaths up there in Canada. I'll read on the election. Okay. So the judge that got arrested by the quote unquote FBI, compliments of Kash Patel, the crazy guy with the crazy eyes. You're in Canada, right, Suzanne? What their attempt was to make the courts feel burdened. They were really trying to lay it on and make all the courts, all the judges feel, I can't do anything because the government's going to stop me. The government's going to stop me from trying to do my job. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. The magician means that the fascist regime is going to keep trying to make it out to be something that it wasn't. But the Prince of Swords, this what happened in Milwaukee is actually going to be like textbook in a way. It's going to be like a case that we look at as a kind of a bellwether of sorts to see, like, this is the indicator as to whether we fight back and save our Constitution or we don't. Right? And this whole issue about deporting immigrants, there's no argument. And I'm referring to the MAGAs and the fake news. There's nothing that they can say that makes it okay. There's no defense for what they've done. Textbook bully tactic. Yeah, it really is that. But anyway, I didn't really look at, I was kind of just looking at the energy around it. Let's look at, will it get dropped? It will get dropped. Yeah, right, Sheila? There is nothing you can say. There's nothing any decent human being with a heartbeat can say to justify taking innocent people, kidnapping them, and shipping them off to a concentration camp to their death, right? I mean, if anything, the universe is sending us a message. Really? Are you really not going to say anything? And we all are going to do something. No one's trying to save the deplorables. It's something will be done. So, let me ask about the judge. I guess, okay, she has to show up for some kind of court date. Will she really have to show up for that court date? I have a no. And sometimes the no indicates there's no substance to it. Yeah, judges have authority in their courtrooms. Arresting those 2 judges for doing their jobs was wrong. They arrested another one? Did they arrest 2 judges? Will Duggan have to go to her court appearance? I feel like she won't. Wow, that's interesting. Let's see what else Maria said. Arresting those two. What was the other one? For doing their jobs is wrong. ICE did not have a warrant signed by a judge. Right. Well, where was the other judge? That's why I got the 10 of Wands, because the 10 of Wands is they're just gonna, it's kind of like a blanket arrest the judges movement. This is not gonna stand. Oh, thanks. I like this blouse too. Let's pull 3 cards about the Democrats. You only heard about one judge being arrested. Was a New Mexico judge arrested? Yeah, and Roberts was pissed about the judge's arrest. So were they arrested though? Because I only heard about one being arrested right in her own courtroom for nothing. Basically for not letting them send the guy to a death camp. Alright? Yeah, that's what they're doing. Well, I'm going to read a little bit more on this. What are we going to see next with this arresting judges? This is, this is an effing democracy, damn it. Hang on. It's democracy, damn it. Thank you. I changed my shirt because I did 3 I did 3 shows already with the same shirt, so I thought I'd change. Just so you know it's a different show. The judge was correct in denying ICE access to the guy. Yeah, the judges have to protect the rights of their defendants. I mean, it's just, this is them being, we don't have to obey any rules. Let's let you watch us break them. Unbelievable. What happens next? 6 of Swords. 5 of Wands, 4 of Jars. Recognizing that we can't miss this opportunity as a nation and as a judicial system. Gloria, you don't know that Roberts is going to continue to not do anything about it now, do you? Gloria, you don't know that Roberts is not going to do anything about it, do you? Remember, they voted 9-0 to bring Garcia back. So let's say things that are encouraging, and we all love you. You know the rules. Please hit the thumbs up. When we have 200 thumbs up, we'll do a group hug. We need it. So the 4 of Jars is saying that we recognize that we can't miss this opportunity right now. That we got to strike while the iron's hot. Your guides told you no? Well, if it's discouraging, please keep it to yourself. Please. Okay? Because, if my guides tell me something discouraging, I also ask how to change it. You're a next door moderator? Yeah, that's the app I was talking about. This is about our judicial system. Moving forward. Recognizing we have to strike while the iron's hot. And the reason I'm taking issue with what Gloria said was because I'm not feeling that Roberts is going to do nothing. Plus, we don't want any discouraging thoughts in the chat. Thank you. Too many people are having too hard of a time. Our resilience is already being tested majorly. So the 6 of Swords somehow is bringing up that the January 6 insurrectionists were freed. And that kind of put a little chink in the armor. A little, or should I say like an Achilles heel kind of moment. The Ace of Wands, though, means the message that something will be done about this unconstitutional behavior is what we will see. We all participate in that. We all participate in that. My son said, Dad, did you know Tokyo is the most populated city? Me, I'm pretty sure it's Rio de Janeiro. Son, no, it's Tokyo with 37 million. Me, yeah, but Rio's got a Brazilian son. Go away. That was long. Okay. Next question. Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker were on the steps of the Capitol yesterday. I guess they showed up around sunrise, and I think they were there all day. And they were talking to people. They were talking to their constituents and people that wanted to come and voice their concerns, and it was live streamed. And Thomas, you're cracking people up. And okay, so 3 cards about did that do anything? Oh, there's more than 3 thumbs up. You just have to refresh. Cory Booker and Hakeem Jeffries were on the steps of the Capitol all day yesterday from sunrise till sunset, I think. At least, yeah, actually it did make an impact. Keeping the conversation going. That's important. And the 5 of Jars, in the face of all that's been lost, the people are still standing strong. Okay, so $4,000 purse, Christy Nome. Yeah, we read on that, Gloria, on Friday on Christy Nome, and it looked like that was a, what'd you guys call it? There's a crime word for it. Anyway, it was a setup. Let's read on her. Let's read on Christy Nome, because she's doing some really evil things. I read about another evil thing. It was called a drop. Okay, thanks. I read about another evil thing that Christy Nome did. Thank you, Darren, for putting my info up. A drop. Didn't she do something heinous the past couple of days, Christy Nome? Oh, I know what it was. She doxed Garcia's wife. These people are from the demonic. They really are. Like, Garcia's wife isn't going through enough with her 3 children. And Christy Nome's people, I'm sure at her direction. Yeah, the puppy killer, yeah. These women that think, if they're like Carrie Lake, right? Oh, I'm so pretty, everyone will love me. No, we can see what's in there. We can see what's in there. There's a black, shriveled up heart in your chest. So that's what happened, yes. The cruelty is the point. It's a cruelty contest. So let's see what happens to her. They doxed her, and then Garcia's family had to go into hiding. And when he gets out, and he will get out, that family's going to move probably to a different country. Probably Europe or something. Christy Nome changed her entire appearance since elected governor. Oh. I don't know what she looked like before she was elected governor. She's a weird lady. I'm going to pull 3 cards on her. I see her held accountable. I see her prosecuted. I do. And it's pretty grave. Didn't she commit an international crime going down to El Salvador? Yes. I don't know what exactly the crime was called. Yeah, the strength of the case against her is going to bring out the righteous ones. She has some bad, Christy Nome has some bad news coming to her. I feel like there's a little bit of a slap of the wrist that happens, but if she does it something similar again, she could go to prison. And she's that brazen. The costume clown, yeah. She's that brazen. Is she... I'm not getting that she's going to prison. Will she be held accountable in some way for what she did? Yes, she will. Damn, I wish it said prison. The crime is filming is showing prisoners on TV. The Geneva Convention. She'll get cited for that. Will she have to pay a fine? Yes. It looks like she'll have to pay a fine. Will she lose her position? She will lose her position. Yeah, she used to look normal, now not so much. I mean, these women, they get addicted to Botox or something. Sometimes they can't even move their faces. It's ridiculous. Like, what's her name? Carolyn Levitt. I think she's probably 29. She might not even be 30. And she has Botox face. Wow. Come on, you guys. You can hit the thumbs up so that we can do a group hug. We just need 200. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe. So much plastic, right? Let's read on the orange buffoon. Let's just read on his general status. Dad joke, did you know that all farts smelled the same in ancient Egypt? I should have read it first to myself. They had a two in common. Oh my gosh. Plastic coal tar. Have any of you noticed there is such a franchise face they are all trying for? Yes, thick lips, Botox, long curly hair. More than the long curly hair, be grateful, is the blonde. They all look the same. Most of them are blonde. Dumpy's energy. Dumpy's energy. You're cracking Maria up, Thomas. There are so many awful people working for Trump. Whatever happened to them? Well, I think mostly it's a past life thing. Like Stephen Miller. I have a picture of this somewhere. Stephen Miller was Goebbels, the Nazi. Right? I'm reading on Dumpy. He's wearing a hat with 48 on it now. He's trying to get a reaction. I don't know where he gets off thinking that he's going to live that long. Honestly. I have a picture of, it might not be in here, but since I have this, it's on my iPad, but this is Marjorie Trader Green, and I don't, that wasn't what I was looking for. There's a picture of Goebbels side by side with, and I'll get it off of my iPad and show it to you later, but it's Stephen Miller and Goebbels, and they look alike. That's a site, that's a YouTube channel called Cliff's Edge. Let's ask. Mean people usually live a very long time? I don't know if that's true. Was Stephen Miller Goebbels? And yeah, he was a terrible, horrible Nazi. He was, and Mussolini and Dumpy look the same. They can't give Dumpy enough transfusions to live to 2028. He's looking really bad. Yeah, Goebbels was Stephen Miller. Okay, 3 cards about Dumpy. Where did I put them? Here they are. Yeah, this isn't the first time that I have seen this. I have to cover up the nakedness, but this, yeah, this is what's been coming up lately. I've been seeing the Sun, crimes brought to light, exposed, evidence exposed about Dumpy. Well, I think that we're seeing that now because he's just like, F the Constitution, right? They say Dumpy left the funeral for treatment on Air Force One. Is that true? Or do you want me to check the pendulum to see if it's true? Let me know. Let me know if that's a fact that you saw in the news. Yeah, what's the Constitution, right? So it's right in our faces. But not only that, the evidence of the crimes. The evidence of the crimes that he's committed will be right out in the light really soon, like even more. The Three of Cups, we're celebrating something. We're going to see people fighting for our Constitution and winning. I want you to hear the good news. We're going to see, and then it's going to be us too. But I'm really thinking about the judges tonight. We're going to see people fighting for our Constitution and winning. This nation was founded on the United States Constitution. Hot witch card? I don't think that was a hot witch card. Marquis de Sade. Yeah, actually, yeah. These are macabre cards. Yeah, YouTube gets upset over naked bodies. I know. I think I got banned from Facebook when I was doing PNN on Facebook many years ago. Because of nakedness. Yeah, they did. They gave me a demerit. I'm actually trying to think of what other horrible person we need to read on. There's so many. I don't know who to pick. Let's do this. Let's see how faux news is doing. Happy anniversary, Zircon! I just see it up there in the chat, so I'm just kind of repeating what I'm seeing. J.D. Vance? Hang on. Okay, we'll read on J.D. Think we'll have to rewrite the Constitution as it's been abused so much, but yes, that's what we're doing. That's what he's forcing, yeah. That's what he's forcing us to do. I found a book called How to Solve 50% of Your Problems, so I bought 2 books. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm not reading on the Constitution with the nefarious cards. I need a nefarious something. We're getting closer to, we need 15 more thumbs up and we'll do a group hug. J.D. Vance. We're going to be okay, everybody. I know, it's like Salem, Massachusetts in the 1600s. God, I hope not. J.D. Vance. You know, I keep getting the Joan of Arc card, and that means justice. J.D. is just trying to keep his balance. Let me tell you something about what I pick up on with J.D. I pick up on that he's secretly wishing that Dumpy would expire. An antidote to consumerism. Well, that will happen. Yeah, a side effect of tariffs, if they really do go, I don't think that they're going to go into effect for very long. I don't. Yeah, we'll have the United States Constitution Part 2. It needs to be revamped. It was written in 1776. We'll read on Carolyn Levitt next. As far as J.D., justice is coming for him. There are cases being built against J.D. I said many months ago, he's doing some bad stuff, international crime stuff. stuff. No wonder Pope Francis couldn't look at him and decided to exit this planet shortly after. Anyway, that was destined to happen anyway. We knew it was coming. Oh. I saw two things today on my walk. And if you guys have any insight about this, and it wasn't like that was the actual thing, but it appeared to be that thing. And one of the things that I thought I saw, even though it wasn't that, but it looked like it, it's kind of like reading tea leaves. I saw a cobra, and then I saw an elephant. And so the cobra represents snake transformation, and the elephant represents Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. So nature was speaking to me today. But as far as JD goes, I have the Eight of he's going to regret the errors of his ways. 2 more thumbs up, we do a group hug. He's going to regret the errors of his ways. There's a case being made against him, and this is Joan of Arc, man. You know, what I see JD doing is like humana. You know, the Jim Jordan thing. Humana. I don't know. Lying. So I see him attempting to defend himself. And not really succeeding. We have surpassed 200 thumbs up. Thank you. We're going to do a group hug. It was his time. It was Pope Francis' time to go. And I think actually he could have taken the exit ramp sooner. But he wanted to wave goodbye to the people. Were you guys watching that live when the Pope was in the Pope-mobile on Easter Sunday? And little did we know that was his last goodbye. Let's read on the tariffs. Unless I just promised you I'd read about something else. Which I do, because I get all caught up in the chat and then it's like, what was I doing? What was I reading on? I couldn't watch the Mass nor the funeral either. And then when I saw pictures of it and Dumpy was right in the front row, the Antichrist was right in the front row, I was like, definitely, I can see that I'll never watch it. Group hug time. Yeah, I'll read on Carolyn Levitt. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm sure it was beautiful. I did hear some of the singing. So we're going to do a group hug. We're going to really focus on... I'll look up the cobra and the elephant thing later. I'll get back to you on that. I thought that they were symbolic in some way. I didn't really go any further into it. Yeah, of course Carolyn Levitt isn't some kind of cult, and Pam Blondie there is she's in Scientology, and I did hear the articles of impeachment were introduced. How did he get to row 1? I actually think they were trying to humiliate Dumpy. I really do. Maybe they were trying to blast him with white light. Maybe see if it would make him disintegrate. Yeah, the Pope was there for Easter. That's what I was saying. So let's do a group hug. Let's think about more and more people in America really catching on quickly and activating bravely, courageously. Yeah, that was quite an amazing thing. Damon's commenting on JD seeing the Pope right before he passed. Let's think about, during our group hug, people of America suddenly waking up and activating bravely. And a hug for the marches on May 1st to be huge and to be very safe. And for all those that are suffering and afraid, and all the people in concentration camps, can't even believe I'm saying that, and all those who are depressed and feeling helpless, hug! Feel us coming together as Americans, all embracing one another. We are bigger than fascism. We are so powerful. Thank you. Nice hug. I mean, when you really think about it, we are so powerful. There's nothing that we cannot do. Nothing. And after that beautiful hug, I don't even know if I want to read on Carolyn the Liar Levitt. Carolyn Lying Levitt. So let's read on the aftermath of the Pope's funeral politically. Okay? Yeah, the Pope was against Opus Dei, I know, and that's what I was saying about him meeting with JD, was he knew. I picked up that JD is in Opus Dei. Yeah, that's probably why he converted to Catholicism, right? Duh. Doesn't take a psychic. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about what, after the Pope's funeral, politically, how did that move the needle? Because you know all those world leaders were all hanging out and, you know, maybe going to the bar and having some good Chianti and Italian food. And also, is it true that Dumpy had a health episode and went over to Air Force One to get medical attention? Is that verified? Yeah, I heard Bondi at that press conference bringing up Hillary Clinton's emails when Hegseth was mentioned. Apples and oranges, girlfriend. The aftermath of the Pope's funeral politically. They're building a coalition against Dumpy and Putin. Something sinister going on in Spain with the power outage. I read on that with this afternoon in that show with Shelley, and we feel like it was a terrorist attack and it stems from Russia. That's what we got. You have a friend in Portugal, you worried for her? I heard that they were getting the power back on. We can read on that a little bit too. I'm picking up politically during the Pope's funeral. Afterwards, the leaders were speaking. The world leaders were speaking to one another, and they're building a strong resistance to Dumpy and Putin. There's that King of Swords again, and there's the Knight of Pentacles. Do not think that the EU and NATO are just sitting there and they're like, oh, we're not going to do anything. That is not the case. I know, aren't these cool? Well, okay, so Suzanne, you're saying power outage linked to increasing temps and sun flares. Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you that you can tell me that, but I'm telling you my psychic impression. So it's just because they're saying something. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's what the news says, and this is what my psychic impression says. That's all. I felt like it was deliberate. I also don't feel like, I mean, why just those areas? Because there's something more to it. That's my point. That was my point. I wasn't picking on you. Oh, okay. So I promised I'd read on the Canadian elections. Okay, what I want to do, a few months ago, Elon, who's not been in the news very much lately, which is kind of suspect, after he rigged the American election, he was asking them if they needed their election rigged too. I'm telling you the truth. Has Elon meddled in the Canadian election? Oh boy. I hope. It doesn't mean it's going to work. has he already meddled in the Canadian election? Oh, man. Okay, wait a minute. Is it going to result in a pro-Trump win? No. All right, well, look at what happened with Susan Crawford becoming the judge. Okay, so it looks like he meddled, but it didn't take hold. Yeah, it didn't take hold. Remember Susan Crawford? I'm not even remembering what state that was now. Too much news! His stocks are down, down, down. Let's read on him. Let's read on Elon. I said I was going to do that the other night. And then I'll read on Carolyn Levitt. I will. Okay. We're going to read on Elon. Elon. See, there's a cobra right there. That's what I saw. It wasn't really a cobra. It was like, when I read the tea leaves and I see things. Elon. Then we're going to read some tea leaves. Canada stopped using Starlink. I know, but remember how Elon was meddling in that election that Susan Crawford ended up winning? It said he meddled, but I didn't say Starlink. Now, did I? Elon. Well, this is always justice on its way. Change of fortune for him quickly. Quickly. Oh, yeah. The hammer is coming down on Elon. The hammer is coming down for Elon Musk. The hammer is coming down for Elon Musk. Your family's discussed leaving? Oh, come on. Yeah, right? Let's read on Carolyn Levitt. Oh, doesn't she just grind you? Yeah, maybe an endorsement from Elon is a kiss of death. I don't know if he endorsed the pro-Trump candidate in Canada. You get the Elon may OD? Yes, I think that's possible. He's not well. And I think I did say during a PNN that without saying anything specific that he's not well, and I was concerned for him. If I had a hammer. We're reading on Carolyn Levitt. We shouldn't joke like that. She's just so annoying. It's like, and it's like there's a certain thing. There has to be a word for it. If there isn't a word for it, we should make a word for it. We should make a word for that annoying feeling where you just want to, metaphorically speaking, you just want to smack him for being so, is it Bennett? Who's the Treasury guy? Is his name Bennett? The one who's like totally trying to just blow smoke all over the American people, saying, oh, well, these tariffs are good. You know what? Besson. Besson. Thank you. Okay, so that feeling that you get when they're lying to your face and they're getting away with it, and it's like, you're so insulted and you're so offended and you just want to deck them because it's just like, you jerk! Like that. We need a word for that. We need a made-up word for that. Carolyn Levitt. You know what I'm saying? Bassett, thank you. Too many evil people to keep up with. We're reading on Carolyn right now. They're all the same. They're all the same. Besant. Do you know what I mean? I have to say metaphorically speaking, but metaphorically speaking, don't you just want to smack them across the face? That's the feeling. I'm just describing the feeling. I'm not advocating for violence of any sort. Levitt was Miss New Hampshire. Boy, is she full of herself. The last nerve. Yeah. I think that we will see her stepping down. I have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups keeps coming up tonight, which is like telling us there's something that's going to happen that will be satisfying. No, exasperation's not a big enough word. Now, exasperation is kind of like, oh, I tried everything. That's just my opinion. It's Monday night, and people start dropping off right around this time because I think they go over to Midas Touch. So what we're going to do is we're going to read some tea leaves. So if you want to go watch Midas Touch, you can. And hang on. Before I read the tea leaves, I just want to tell you that my income is dependent on your donations, your memberships, and booking sessions. So book a session. And thank you for all your donations and all your help. You're not going to leave from Midas Touch ever? That used to happen a lot. And now that they've gotten more popular as this country's in more and more tension, it's starting to happen again. We'll come up with a good word for that feeling. It might be a make-up word, a made-up word. The feeling that you get when Bess. I think I don't want to remember that guy's name on purpose. Besson. I never heard that last name before. Where did I get my teacup and saucer? Well, this teacup and saucer is called the Cup of Destiny, and it was gifted to me about 25 years ago at least. But I think you can still get it, and I've seen others at places in Salem that sell tea leaf reading cups. Getting Carolined? We'll come up with it. We'll work on it on Wednesday. That feeling where you just want to, you know what I'm saying? Okay, there's a diamond here. This is like our being really crystal clear on what we want. It kind of looks like a kite. Doesn't it look like a kite and connected to a heart? It's beautiful. And then this looks like a little elfin person sniffing a flower. It's true! Susan Crawford is a judge that won in Wisconsin, and Elon meddled, but she won. Dope slapped? Yeah, that might work. Okay, so here I see. This looks like a little child, like leaning over and sniffing a little flower. It really is the guide saying, stop and smell the roses, kind of. And this is like a kite connecting to the love. So get into transcendent love. That looks like a submarine, and that looks like a tunnel. That looks like the opening to a tunnel. I think that we're going to see some things revealed that have been hidden underground. Let me get up a little bit closer so I can see better. It looks kind of like a submarine going through an opening there. So there's some stuff going on underground. I don't know if we're going to hear about it, but it is in motion. And there are this looks like, what do you guys see there? I'm trying to make out what this is. I think it's a flower underneath the moon. So with this new moon energy, no, that looks like a squirrel. See, that looks like a little squirrel. And there's a lot of like things going on. Your guides want you to know. Our guides want us to know there are a lot of things going on under the ground. That also looks like a broom being dealt with. So even though it looks like on the surface all we see is the bad, Just wait. Because what's rising up from under the surface is good. It is. It's true. It's a lighthouse. Yeah, it's real positive. And this here, because I said it was a kite and a heart. Let me tell you what I do to decompress. I watch children's movies. It really helps. And a lot of us, have trauma from childhood in one way or another. And I the reason the kite made me think of this is because last night I think I fell asleep watching it, a Charlie Brown movie. Did you see the Charlie Brown movie? And then there's another movie with Jerry Seinfeld. These are kind of old, but the Bee movie. Watch Stand Up on Dry Bar Comedy. Now, I'm not telling you this for a superfluous reason. I'm telling you this because it's really good for your mental health and your physical health. Don't go to sleep with the news on. Okay? The kite reminded you of Mary Poppins. It reminded me of Charlie Brown with the kite and everything. And then seeing like Snoopy and how funny Snoopy was. Joe Cool and all that. So watch something light and uplifting, especially for your inner child. And that's what I have for you tonight. I've stayed much too long. Namaste. Hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. Members have special advantages and special perks. So next week I'm going to start a class for members. And more about that later. And I'll see you tomorrow for Off the Ledge and a pop-up. And Wednesday for PNN. Namaste. See you soon. Have a good night. Bye.